To those that are watching in the future via our YouTube channel or wherever you got the link, thank you for coming. Today, Chris and I are going to run you through an overview of eXp Realty and how the model works. My name's Tony Fanfuller. On your left or my right is Chris Jansen, who's our country leader. Take it away, Chris.
Welcome 2025, Tony and everyone. We are live, just checking across all channels, whether you're joining us live or watching the recording. We are wishing you a year of abundant success, health, happiness, freedom and opportunity, that's for sure. So I'm Chris Jansen, a transactional agent by nature, been in the industry coming up 16 years now, eXp Realty since 2019. I've only ever moved my life and business once. And today we just want to take you on a little bit of a discovery about new era options that are readily available to all industry agents. And all that we ask is, if you've got some time, whether you're watching us live or this recording, is if you can maybe just put aside 30 minutes just to open your mind to look at the way you've done business now, perhaps for a year or many years, and new era solutions that are readily available to empower you and I along as transactional agents. Tony, I just want to ask you this question because our answers are always different. When I move my business, we all have different reasons as to why we move our business. Can I just ask you the question, what was your reason why eXp Realty?
Yeah, for me, it was a stage of my career where I was looking to get a bit more balance in my life and be a bit more in control of my own business rather than having employees, bosses, colleagues really control your day in offices and things like that, and not having any flexibility to the working from home environment's fantastic. We love it. And just those things alone, aside from, we'll talk about commission and things later, but aside from the financial benefits, really just a life benefit to being able to spend whatever time I like, doing whatever I like, and it's Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I decide to go for a walk up the shops with my wife, I can. I'm not sitting in an office, I'm not controlled, and my diary's my own. And that's, without the massive expense, and having been there, spent hundreds of thousands setting up offices and things like that, without any expense at all, virtually, to start up and be my own transactional agent.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing us raw and authentically your why. My why is quite similar. I wanted freedom. I didn't want partnerships. I wanted equity. I wanted balance. I wanted lifestyle. I wanted a business that the business that was there to complement my lifestyle, not that my life just existed purely to serve my business. So fortunately, this incredible model opportunities provided me that privilege and opportunity since 2019. So all that we ask is, whatever your why is, whether it's financial, whether it's equity, maybe you're looking to retire in 10 years time, or you just want to build equity into something, or you want to look at something that provides a little bit more than just the next 30, 60 or 90 days of commission pipeline income for you, this could be a great opportunity for you to consider. And by no means are we here to sell eXp Realty here today. We're just here to open up your minds about alternative options that started many years ago in the USA and Canada, but has only recently intercepted our shores. Well, not recently, but we've been here since 2019. But our company, just as a little bit of a background, we are a massive global company. We started in America in 2009 by our CEO and founder, Glenn Sanford, who considers himself to be more a technology person than a real estate agent. We then became publicly listed on the NASDAQ. Our trading code, you can look it up, is eXPI. So we're a publicly listed and traded company. And the real advantage is our model was built by agents for agents, and it's owned by its agents. So in fact, 50% of the model, in fact, is owned by its members and its active agents. So everybody becomes an equitable shareholder in the model. We then expanded into Canada. 2019, we opened in United Kingdom, and then obviously Australia as well. If you fast forward from when I started, we were in those 4 countries in 2019, and we're hovering around 16,000, 17,000 agents. Here we are, 2025. We're nearing 90,000 agents, and we're about to open into, well, currently we're in 24 countries, but we've got 3 more opening this year. So that just shows you the rapid rise that we've had. Obviously, with 2019 pandemics, commercial leases and businesses and things being driven online more so than ever before, the incredible influence that that's had on our business. We're a cloud-based business. We're not bricks and mortar. We have no debt in our business, and our business turns over billions of dollars per annum. So that's a little bit about the company. Tony, is there anything you wanted to add about that?
No, just that Glenn Sanford's vision was for the most agent-centric company in the world. So this is the key thing to understand. eXp is a agent service model. Our clients are agents. Sellers and buyers are the clients of those agents, but our sole position in the marketplace is to serve agents and support them and provide them with all of the tools which we'll talk about to operate as successful real estate agents. And everything we do, we ask ourselves the question of, is this the best thing for the agents? And that's how we drive the business forward in Australia.
Absolutely. So this is a wonderful entrepreneurial opportunity if perhaps you're wanting to go into business for yourself, but not by yourself, because I understand I've been at that point in my life and career where going into business, putting up maybe a lot of capital or not feeling like you've got the support and backing of somebody it's a lonely walk. Whereas our model provides that entrepreneurial spirit for every agent to have that incredible opportunity of entrepreneurship and the freedom and the benefits that come with going into business for yourself, but never by yourself, because collaboration is one of our, if not our biggest tool in our model, which we'll talk about. So Tony, I'm a transactional agent. Maybe I'm sitting at a franchise, an independent, or just a different type of model and network. I've got a standard real estate license, perhaps in my relevant state, or I've got my full real estate license in my respective state. How do I come into eXp? How do I join?
So you're one of two things, as you said. A full licensed agent is able to join us as an independent contractor. So they come in, they're in their own entity, either as proprietary limited or as a sole trader, and they can join our model and be supported by everything we do, and either brand themselves as eXp Realty or brand themselves as whatever branding they may have that exists or that they choose to develop. So we don't control the branding. If I want to be Tony Fanfuller Real Estate that's pink and blue, I can be. If I choose to be eXp Realty, which for myself, that's what I do, and I know Chris does the same, then all of my marketing is eXp Realty branded. But as we know in real estate, it is about the individual and the relationships we have with our clients. So that's how a licensed agent can join us. A Class 2 or secondary license in Victoria, where I am, we call them agents reps. So not fully licensed, they're still able to join us. They are joining us as commission-only employees. They do have to meet some government fair work measurements for us to employ them as commission-only. The MITA, or minimum income threshold, is 67,500 as at we're in January 2025. So 67,500 in a 12-month period of sales commissions anytime in the past 3 years. So that's the measurement the government set for us to be able to hire commission-only employees, and we do have many of those. So these are agents, and you, if you're watching this, you're an agent that might have been in business or in an office and employed by someone for 1, 2, 5, 10 years. My wife's a commission-only employee. She's been in real estate 15 years. So there's been no compulsion to get a full license for many agents. And if that's you can still join us if you've operated under those measurements. Come in, you get exactly the same service from us in our model as to whether you're fully licensed or a commission-only agent. All of the tech, all of the services, all the support training is identical.
Awesome.
Once you're on with us, there's no differentiation really for us as to how we treat you.
2 quick questions on the spot here, mate. If I'm an existing business with my own independent brand, can I amalgamate and bring that brand into eXp, but still remain independent? Because certainly. I don't want to, maybe, I don't know, cash flow is tight. I'm tired of paying the suppliers. All the subscription costs are starting to add up, but I want to keep Jansen Property Enterprises as my flag. Can I do that with eXp?
Definitely. So if you exist already under a banner that you've developed yourself as an independent, absolutely. Join eXp. You'll be paying the same, treated the same, get all the same services as any of our agents. If you have employed salespeople that you have in your operation, all of them come with you into eXp. Won't go into teams right at the moment. Gets a bit more detail, but still possible. All possible. You all get exactly the same treatment and all the same service and support.
Awesome.
Save a lot of money.
If I'm a standard real estate agent's rep license, sales representative license, class 2 license, does eXp provide a retainer?
No, we don't at this point in time. So that's hence the description of commission-only employee. I will incidentally point out one of the only differences between the independent contractor and commission-only employees, how we're able to pay you. An independent contractor is paid at settlement on the day when your properties that you've sold have settled. We pay you your whole commission, your tax, super, all those liabilities are your own business. If you're a commission-only employee, where you're paid every 14 days of whatever's settled in the previous 14 days, so that we don't have to do a pay run every day because it gets quite complex. So within 14 days of a settlement, you've paid. We do deduct tax and superannuation from your commission as set down by law, and give you the balance for that is your obviously net income. You are, as it says, a commission-only employee, and you will have a activity statement provided at the end of the year through your ATO logins as we get them now.
Cool. All right, let's jump into the nitty gritty, the deal, right? Because that's what we're in the industry of, is putting deals together. Let's talk about the eXp deal and offering as such, right? So when you come into eXp Realty, whether it's as an independent contractor or a commission-only agent, as Tony mentioned, it's simply a one-off joining fee of $275, which is inclusive of GST. That there, folks, is essentially to get everything set up. So everything that you're familiar with in your office, whether it be your CRM, your online forms, your RP data, core logic, your home pass, whatever apps and functionalities you're used to in a traditional environment, that's exactly what that joining fee is for. So essentially, once you come in as a joining member, we just complete your application, compliance check everything, and approve it. You get to see the membership agreement, and we'll talk a little bit about that and some proud points of differences we provide within our membership service agreement to our agents. But once you're approved, it's pretty much triggers everything. So your email gets set up, your REA profile, your online forms account, your CRM, everything's ready to go. Your only ongoing monthly commitment there afterwards to keep your business fully open and functional and operating is $275, including GST, each and every month. So for Tony and I, that's all that we invest in our business to keep our doors open, to get real estate, everything we need in a box to sell 30 homes a year or 50 homes a year, or for those that are aspiring to sell 100 plus homes a year. It is simply the same offering, $275, including GST per month, to get all your real estate services. Now, Tony, within that $275, the next important part of the deal is agents know what it costs to be in this industry, but what do I get back out? What's the return for my investment? So the return on the $275 that I invest to be in eXp Realty per month, what do I get in return on my commission splits?
Yeah, so commission split's very simple. It's the same for everyone that joins. 75% of the first 100,000 of GCI is yours.
Yep.
100% of the amount above $100,000 GCI is yours per annum. So there's only one step in the split, and at your anniversary year, so if you were to join today on the 7th of January, your anniversary year would start the 1st of February. Whatever you do between the 1st of February 2025 and the 1st of February 2026, whatever's settled, 75% or $75,000 of the first 100,000 and 100% of the balance. You turn over 300,000, you're going to make 275. That's the math, quite simply. Come the 1st of February 2026, resets to zero, we start again. So there's only really two costs that you will pay to us: a maximum of $25,000, as I said, in commission per annum, and the $275 a month for 12 months. They're the only fees, there's no hidden other charges or anything like that. And we aspire to give you all of the tools that you could possibly need to operate your real estate business, and you not have to pay for any other additional tools. I think there's about 600 tech vendors out there in the real estate space. We might
Plus
be
every
using
day.
10 or a dozen or however many. And a lot of our agents and agents around Australia are tempted to use other services. We try and provide as much as we possibly can. If you do choose to other services, you'll pay for those direct, if it's something that's outside of our model. And there are, different things that people like to use. And a lot of those things we'll look at and see if we can include in our model, depending on the price and the offering, so that if it is a relevant thing. There's also a plethora of free tech out there, which we do use quite a lot, and we can talk about that. But a lot of the things, your CRM with Agent Box, RP data for your proposals and your data, all your portals, your forms, document exchange, vendor funding. We've all globally got Canva Enterprise now, so all of your design work and things like that, all provided. We do all your trust accounting, so we'll talk about that in a moment. When you talk about costs and tech, you don't need any programs for trust accounting, nor do you need to do any audits or anything like that. They're all on us. You don't need any general accounting software, so managing supplier payments or anything like that is all on us. We do all of the general accounting for you, so that there's no accounting software required. The beauty of this model is really all you're left to do is list and sell real estate and not have to worry about running a business and all of those things that, if you've ever been in business, the general accounting that you sit there trying to balance the books till 10 o'clock at night, sitting at the office, is none of that. So,
I
and the
don't miss
cost.
those days.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's important. I like the fact what you mentioned before, mate. There's no deals here, right? I know in certain office environments, different agents are on different splits depending on who your buddy and kumbaya are with. It's the same offering, 75% up to the 100K, 100% there afterwards. I like that because one of our core values is transparency, getting things out from behind the curtains. And there's no awkward conversations in our network because everybody's remunerated the same on their performance. It's just depending on if you want to do 10 houses a year or 100 houses a year. So, Tony, 275 to join, 275 monthly ongoingly there afterwards, 75% up to the $100,000. Once I earn 100,000 GCI on my work anniversary, I'm capped. I pay no more out. I keep 100% of every settlement there afterwards. Within that suite of services, I'm going to get Agent Box. I'm going to get RP Data, Core Logic. I'm going to get Home Pass. I'm going to get all my online forms. I'm going to get my transactional software taken care of for deposit management. I'm going to get funding for marketing, styling properties. All of that's going to be included. Tell me a little bit about support. Let's talk about that, because agents are after the deal, and once they know the deal, then okay, sounds good, but what support do I get behind the scenes that help me achieve all that stuff within the
Yeah,
deal?
absolutely. So one very, very quick little point on all of that is, when you join us, no contract term. You're month to month. So we don't
Good
hold you
point.
to 12 months, anything like that. You come in a
Yep.
month, you leave a month later, that's it. You've broken the tie. It's finished. No more deductions, no more costs, no more anything. So on support, so we have a staff admin support team that look after contracts. So they'll do all of your instructions to solicitors, conveyancers. As soon as you've got a contract, whether conditional or otherwise, you'll submit that through our system. The admin team, contract team, will instruct that for you. Deposit payments are managed, receipted by a trust account team. Our listings team will handle your listing going live and from compliance on that, right through to the listing settling, marking it as sold, things like that. You've got tech support through that whole team, depending on what tech you may have a blockage with, whether it's directly to me or to Chris or to Kirsten, who's our operations manager, who's, I know helping someone this afternoon just with the SMSing out of our CRM and that sort of thing. So all of that type of support, all available to you through our admin team 5 days a week. We have people that are living from Queensland to WA, so we cover probably about an 11-hour day. And for our licensee support, for myself and Chris and Rob Davis, who's our WA licensee, we are there to support you at any time.
Cool. So I don't need trust accounting. My contractor settlement processing is taken care of for me. We've also got a listing processing team that's done for us. Tell me about suppliers, like, because I've come from a place where I've been the business owner, and this might not apply to a standard licensed agent, a sales representative or sales agent's license. But I know as a business owner, mate, one of the things that I used to just frown upon was having to pay people to then pay invoices for suppliers that were coming into my business. It was like a double bill almost, because the bill comes in, that's got to be paid, but then you've got to pay the person that's paying that bill too. So if I come into the organization and the model eXp Realty, when it's like, is REA going to bill me? Is Domain going to hit me up and want their money? Is the signboard company, going to bill me for their payment of 1 Smith Street in Smithfield that I've listed, and they want their money in 7 days' time?
The big answer is no. A lot of nuances to the no, but it'll always be no. In that, even if you choose to get your boards made by Joe Bloggs, who lives around the back street from you and does boards on the side, if that's who does your boards, they can send us the invoice. We'll pay the invoice. We pay all the invoices weekly. If you've got, if you're using one of the large companies, an ABC, Printforce, Digital Central, these large suppliers for boards and brochures and that sort of thing, invoices come to us. We manage them all. The only time I've seen agents get invoices directly to them, and we talked about some of those outside tech. So if you've got a subscription with one of those outside tech companies, I'm sure they're going to ask you for a credit card, and you're going to have to pay them every month, and it's going to get deducted. But that's tech to you, not marketing. The only thing I know is some of our agents choose to have their own portal subscriptions. So that bill will come directly to you monthly from a portal, from a REA, for instance. If you want to have your own portal with your own branding, and that's something you talk to us in more detail about, that's about the only thing that's going to come to you direct. So for me, operating and selling properties, I don't see one bill. I did get a new photographer. He sent me the invoice. I forwarded it on to our admin. Now I never see the invoices again. He just sends them straight to them. Once I've set that up, it's done.
Beautiful. Love it. So what I'm hearing is I don't have to pay suppliers. I get all the back end support to be able to just list, hunt, transact, negotiate, and settle. I pay a nominal monthly subscription fee, and as you mentioned, it is month by month with no lock-in contracts. If I ever choose to leave, folks, want to be very clear, as part of our membership agreement, we proudly promote the fact that we are the first model that we're aware of in Australia that if you ever choose to leave, you get all your data back, you get all your intellectual property, your sold results, anything. We feel that if you've done the legwork, you rightfully own that intellectual property. It rightfully should go back to the person that listed it and sold it, and that's you, the agent. So if you've got any questions on intellectual property, because I know many agents we talk to, this is a real handcuff, an anchor point as to why they can't move, because these years and years of data they've been putting in somebody else's system, or those sold results, they may potentially lose that. Again, it's on a case-by-case basis. I've had some agents that have moved, and the business owners have been, quite forgiving in passing on data or a copy of the data. But one of the things we absolutely very clearly state in black and white is that if anyone should cease their membership, their monthly membership with us for whatever reason, the sold results, the data, it belongs with the agent. It stays with the agent. It goes with you in every instance.
Yeah, it's certainly something that, if you choose to leave, we'll export the data as a CSV, give it to you. We'll delete it from our database. You can take your sold results in REA, things like that, and your reviews, not a problem. So Chris, tell me more about training that might be available if I'm looking to improve and grow as an agent. I've come on, I've got some experience, I've got all these tools, I'm out there doing my job, but I want to ramp it up as much as I can. What's available from a training sense?
So for me, Tony, even after being in the industry for 16 years, I still wanted to be part and immerse myself within collaboration and training, but I didn't want to have to walk into an office environment and feel like I was being forced to attend a session that I might find value in, or something that it's just I didn't even want to bother attending, right? So I want to be very clear with our training that we provide on a weekly basis, which, you know, if you look at our global training, it's in excess of 50 hours, but locally, we could quite easily pull up 5 to 10 hours of training a weekly here, just in-house as a country. But it's something that we do weekly. And some of it comes from leadership team like myself and Tony, who have been in the industry quite some time, and Rob Davis. We've seen it all. So we provide a lot of leadership style training, and that could be anything from mentoring to support to compliance as well. We also have agents that are on the ground as part of our network that contribute to our training as well. So you actually get to hear from agents who, through our Icon program, these are our top 2-3% of performing and production agents across the country. They actually get compensated from the organization to help as part of the culture of collaboration and training. They will host a session each and every week. Fortnight, sorry, is our Icon program incentive. And that's where you just get to hear from the best, Tony. We can plug out of their business what worked from them not 10 years ago, what's working for them right now to sell 50, 80, 100 homes a year. We've also got the Agent Mentor program, which again happens on alternative fortnights to the Icon program. And that's just any agent within our network can share what's working within their business, their community. We've also got a business by design session that we host, and we provide that to the general public. And that's anything from tech, innovation, AI, scripts, dialogue, role playing. We were just talking about it before, Tony, the invaluable asset in Canva Enterprise or Pro that we've got, that we get for free as an eXp Realty member and agent, just building a basic Canva tile. Because some agents, they're not even that. AI surpassed, like they've just dropped it in the too hard basket. Some just want to know, how do I create a basic listed or just sold so that I can put it on my newsfeed, and then perhaps create an ads manager campaign to target some people. Then how do I retarget some people to get some lead generation? So a lot of the training that we provide is live and in the now. It's what's working in the current market, what's happening with tech and systems, but it's hearing it from agents that are actually not just talking it, but they're walking it and using and willing to share this stuff as well. So again, you can plug onto every session each week. You can attend once a month if you wish. We record
And they're all
everything.
recorded. They're all recorded.
Yeah.
They're all made available to our agents on our YouTube channel. And, you know, so agents that can't make a session or anything like that, they don't miss out. Everything's available. And, you know, that's as much as you need. All of the training, I think, like any real estate training, I think everything's designed to create leads. And sell properties, and that might be, you know, tech, as Chris said. I'm about to start a new session that's really going to be talking about relationships and how to best build relationships with our clients so that we are their agent of choice. And can serve them the absolute best we possibly can with the best customer service we can. So, like I said, we might be that the agent is our client, but we want to encourage that agent to be the absolute best agent they can be so that their clients benefit. So that's where all the training is headed to.
Absolutely. And just to point out on that note, we have licensees in each of the states that we're open in, so that, you know, if maybe you are stuck on a situation, whether it be in the morning, afternoon, or the evenings, generally, if you can't get me, you might get Tony. If you can't get Tony, you might get me. So you've actually got a national leadership licensee team that support you during business hours and outside of business hours, because we understand our business isn't Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Most of the stuff generally happens ad hoc hours. You do have licensee support for those tricky and little curly ones that you do occasionally get in our worlds. And it doesn't mean that you're just reliant on one principal in an office to take that call, because that principal might be busy. You've got national resources around you at all times.
The amazing thing, and the thing that I've watched happen, that at any time of day or night, we have our internal chats system. If you do have a question and you want to just, you know, a general question, and you type it in the chat, the amount of agents that will respond with help, assistance, suggestions, support, before we even get to it is incredible. So the collaboration between agents to help each other is phenomenal. One other little point that I know we missed it. There's no areas, boundaries, farm areas, nothing like that either.
Yes, good point,
So
mate.
that's
Yes.
just another little thing. Look, Chris and I do these live twice a week. Um,
There's always something you forget.
there's sort of a script, but this is live. It's real, and that's who we are. That's the sort of company we want to work within. That there's no pretentiousness. We're here to help you, and if you're looking to join us, reach out to one of our agents, speak to them about their experience, reach out to us directly. If an agent has sent you this link to watch this video, go back to them and ask any questions you like. If there's something they're not sure about, they'll put you in contact with us, whatever you need. We're here for you. So
Absolutely.
you will find if you contact us, we will reply really quickly. It's something that I know with a lot of, not just in our industry, but companies globally these days, that getting replies and getting humans is not easy. That's what
Yeah.
we're always here.
You'll get a human with us.
You'll get a human. They'll be in one of our states somewhere in Australia, as in all our admin people are people that are working from home in their states in Australia. So no outside support required.
So wrapping up, and let's see if we can do this in a couple of minutes because we're right on 30, right? We try and keep these to about 30, 35. eXp Luxury is an arm that we have within our business. So if you're a luxury agent, yes, we can cater for you, not on a local or national level. We can actually take your luxury business globally. So we've got a huge amount of platforms, including the Wall Street Journal. We appear on eXp Luxury. If you're a luxury agent, reach out to us. We can dive into the whole luxury offering that will give you an unparalleled competitive advantage that no other luxury brand or model in Australia can offer. Because again, as I said, we are global. We're not just local. We're not just national. We will take your business and elevate it, not just onshore, but also be seen offshore, particularly in that global space. I know that's a big thing, Tony. Regis offices, mate. I know sometimes we get resistance. The office, how do you go find it working from home? We do have Regis office, mate. Do you want to just touch on that really quickly?
Yeah,
If someone
so if
needs
you
to
want to
go to
meet
the
a
office.
client, if you want to meet clients, perhaps in the CBD of your city or in an area where we have Regis offices and there are thousands around the world, you're able to go down to the Regis office at no charge. It's a global offering. So if you're traveling overseas, you can use the Regis offices to meet clients, just do work if you choose to there. So they're available to all of our agents to do that at any time. Just book with Regis, go in there and you have that office environment to meet a client and work within.
Which is an awesome point, because I'll tell you right now, we've actually got agents of ours that are licensed here in Australia, and they're also licensed in the country that their origin is, right? And some of them are over there traveling right now. Now, obviously, you've got to be licensed, and whatever the licensing laws are in each of the countries, like us, if you want to sell in New South Wales, as long as you're licensed there, we can help you do that. If you want to be that same agent who maybe lives in New South Wales, but you want to sell across the border in Victoria, you can do that with our model as long as you're licensed in Victoria as well. But we have some agents right now, Tony. I was only talking to one last night. They're overseas and they're going to be there for about 3-4 months, catching up with some family. They're going to be transacting over there because they're licensed over there. So they can fly. What a cool opportunity. Hey, let's follow the summer. Maybe we do 6 months here in Australia, maybe 6 months in another, warm country that eXp's in when it's our winter. But keep that in mind. You can still run your business because you're online, but you've got Regis locations in any of the countries that we're operative in.
And if you aspire to go and work overseas and you want to move to another country, we've got 27 countries that you can go and continue being an eXp Realty agent in. We have agents. I've got an agent at the moment, two moving from South Africa, one from the US to Australia. They're eXp agents already. They're moving to our country, whether it be the country of origin or just immigrating, and they're able to continue their business. They need to get licensed in the state they're moving to, but all the systems remain the same, all support's there, and they're thrilled by that opportunity.
This is, I don't know if you'd be able to see this, but this is real. See that number there on screen? That was a guy who rang me from Colorado that I spoke to for 4 minutes and 23 seconds. He rang me from Colorado, referring me a client because he's eXp Realty.
Well, that's
in
another
America.
thing. The
Had a great
referral
chat to
network
him.
of all over global is, that's another story, and certainly, that's definitely available. 90,000 odd agents can refer business to each other anywhere in the world.
Absolutely. Lastly, before we wrap up and do a quick summary, the opportunities outside of commission. So we mentioned at the beginning of the call, our agents have opportunity to be partners and equitable shareholders in this model. And we've also got a revenue share program. And again, without diving into the complexities here now, because we're conscious of everyone's time, we will be sending everybody at the conclusion of this a full breakdown of the recording. And then we're going to send you some cool content pages that we've created that dives into this stuff in a bit more detail that you can watch privately and discreetly in your own time. But firstly, let's start off with the equity. So Tony, we talked about eXp as our stock code. We're traded on the NASDAQ. How do we become an equitable shareholder in the model? Well, there's one of a few ways. One can be through performance and production, through, meeting certain icon criteria throughout a 12-month period. The second one is by introducing people into the model as well. As much as we're about growth and attraction, we're also about retention. So helping attract agents into the model to help them find success as well. There's also, you can get stocks off of first transactions of yourself and others, but essentially eXp gives the opportunity for you to become an equitable stakeholder in the model. You can buy, sell, be gifted and remunerated shares in the company. Some of those shares, little notation, do come with a vesting period, because again, that's part of our retention. We also have a bit of a salary sacrifice offering, if you want to call it that, Tony. So do you want to just talk to us about that?
Yeah, you can choose to sacrifice 5% of your commission. This can be turned on, turned off. So 5% of your commission can go towards EXPI shares at a 5% discount. So, if you choose to do that, you've instantly made 5% on the shares at that point in time when the shares are allocated to you. No vesting for that, comes out of your GCI if that's what you choose to do. So a lot of ways to, improve your wealth, your income, through salary sacrifice and share allocations.
Absolutely. And the last point is about traction revenue share. We have a revenue share that eXp globally provides an opportunity for each and every one of us to tap into its top line revenue, not bottom line, not profit share. It's out of the top line revenue that the company generates globally each and every month for helping attract other agents into the model. The revenue share program goes 7 levels deep. In a nutshell, just really simplistically, the easiest way I explain it, Tony, is we're all familiar with what mortgage brokers get in terms of an upfront commission when a deal settles from the bank. Then they get a trailing commission from that lender for the existence of the loan of that mortgage. It's pretty much no different with us here. The only difference is we're replacing the loan with agents, and instead of the the trail going to a mortgage broker, well, that trail now coming to the agent that helped sponsor that agent into the eXp Realty network and helps collaborate and not be their boss, but just essentially be there for them as part of our attraction, commitment, and obligations. This is a tremendous opportunity. It's a passive income. It's a legacy opportunity. It can be passed on to your wife, your children. It's paid on the 21st of every month. But again, that's not for everybody. Some people, Tony, it's just about the commission split and maybe a little bit of shares and equity. The last thing that I want to touch on, and if you do want to dive into the revenue share program in a bit more detail, it's again case by case. The last thing I want to touch on is property management, right? Again, building these different pillars towards maybe retiring, hopefully one day, Tony. But we have options readily available, irrespective of your license or your geographical location. If you'd like to start building your own property management asset and stop the tick and flick just to get the letting referral fee, because the asset is worth 3, 4, if not 5 times more than the referral fee, we now have 4 options readily available. That's no additional cost to you if you wish to plug this option into your business, because you have aspirations to grow a property management asset as well. So I think that's pretty much it, mate.
So
275
I
a
just want
month.
to, in wrapping up, I'll show
Yeah.
this screen. If you want to know some more information or just some general information, you want to watch that video there on that screen I put up, the life at exp.com.au. That video that you see on the screen there will run through a short presentation of an eXplain, what we've spent 40 minutes doing nearly.
Does it in 9.5 minutes.
So that's there for you. So jump onto that. And as I said, go back to the agent that may have given you the link, or an agent locally that you know, and have a chat with them, or reach out to us. So thank you very, very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you as an eXp agent very soon.
Thanks so much, everyone. Have a wonderful 2025.